In today's video, let's learn how to clean up the JWT token for your own user or for all users on your satellite. Real quick, straight to the point, so let's go to the video. Let's start from here. I would like to bring this terminal. This is a terminal of satellite, and I have already some commands. This one will be the first one. So basically, I'm doing a query on the database, checking all the entries on this specific table, and we can see that there is no information. I would like to keep this live, then we can see like things happening or changing. It's an infinite loop. I'm gonna keep this in the description down below as well, but we can see that there is no token at this moment. Okay, let me resize this a little bit. And from here, let's create a new token. So how this is gonna happen? Whenever we click on host, raster host, and then here I can play with, I can pick one activation key, I can change some configuration, put this unlimited or not, ignore or not, force or not, that's okay. Whenever I hit that button, generate, we can see this token is gonna be created. And this is the ID of that specific user. I'm logged as admin, and if we take a look on my users page, we can see that admin at the bottom, exactly here, is ID 4. So I know that this is my admin user. One thing that happened a lot, and I have a lot of people asking, hey, if I go to my satellite and I create a new registration host using a different activation key, or eventually unlimited or not, so I click generate, I hit generate, I have this token, but I cannot see this one over here. Yeah, that's right. We don't store those tokens, at least not at this moment. We have this private token, and this one will just confirm, reinforce that the tokens that got created over here are valid or not. Basically, that's it. In other words, anytime that I revoke my tokens, what will happen is I'll get rid of this private token, and then there you go. All the other will be invalid. Okay. With that said, let's do another thing here. Let me jump the gun and switch to a different user. I have my Wally user. I would like to impersonate this user. See, first tip already. You can impersonate that user, and then we know that this is a different user. So I can go to my raster. Let me pick another activation key and generate. Now we can see a different ID, ID 5. So let's come back. To get out from this impersonate, I can just click on top of that blink eye, and then there you go. So we can see Wally is ID 5. In other words, this one is the second token for that user. Let's do this with one more user, which is this B Clark. So let me impersonate this user, and I can create another global registration. Just by generating, we can see a different token. And again, now we have like the third entry in this table. This is good. So we can get out from this user. Let's come back to the admin user, and we are good. Okay, at this moment, I have different like one or multiple registration tokens that I can use to register my machines. And the private ones will be those that we can see over here for different users, okay? Then, okay, how can I clean up this one? Via Hammer, you can clean up for a single user or for all the users, or eventually you can play with some search that you can do over here. So let's start by the beginning. Let me copy and paste from my end, and I'm gonna show you the line and explain the line as well. So this one, Hammer user registration tokens. This is the token that we are talking about. Invalidate. I would like to invalidate. Hey Wally, how can I do this via WebUI? Exactly this one. I can click over here, drop down menu, and then invalidate JWT. If I would like to clean up for all the users, at least if I have the permission to, you can see that there is a button over here, invalidate JWTs for all the users. Another way for my specific user is this. I can click on admin, my account. Then I can see some information from my account. I can click on the last tab, registration tokens, and click on this button. This is gonna clean up the token for my user, okay? This is the same idea. Assuming that my username is admin, I can pass invalidate-user admin, and this is gonna clean up that specific private token. And as a side effect, any registration token will be invalidated as well. So let's give it a try. We can see that one of them, the ID 4, is gone and successfully invalidated registration tokens for admin. One question, if I rerun this command, I know that there is no token for this user. Is this gonna fail? No, it's not gonna fail, but we'll not clean up anything because there is no user admin, okay? No token for that specific user, which is admin. Okay, we are admin at this moment. So let me create a new token. I would like to have all of them. So we created a new one over here. Now we can see again, ID 4 is back. This is that specific user. Now let's suppose that I would like to clean up for all the users. How can I do that? So let me show you two ways. This one will match with our previous command. Basically, hammer user registration tokens, invalidate-multiple. See, in this case, I'm passing multiple users. However, I can do my search and I can say, hey, the login will be equal admin. I can do one query that will bring more than one user. For instance, let's give it a try here. Users. If I do login equal admin, I have one entry. Or login equal Wally. Now I can see two entries. This is my search. So eventually if I copy this one and paste underneath this single quote, that's it. This is the search, or this is the query that will search the database and will act in my database just to clean up that entry. This is gonna be very, very similar to the previous one. We can do this real quick over here. Keep your eyes on ID 4. ID 4, it is already gone right now because we clean up just one entry. Let me create this one. As I mentioned before, I would like to have all of them. Now we have one more entry. ID 4 is back. And how can I play with those filters? Again, you can use this wizard to help you to figure it out the best query for you. Or let's say that for security purpose, I would like to clean up for all of them. If I have 10,000 users, I would like to clean up for all of them. What should be the query? You can just basically pass a star, and the star is gonna show all the users. In other words, let's suppose that I have the same command, and then I just put, instead of login equals something, just my star. This is gonna bring back the whole list of users that I have on my satellite. In other words, anytime that I run something like this query, this is gonna clean up all the tokens for all the users. In other words, if there are different tokens for different users that you are using to register against satellites, none of them is gonna work because you just clean up all of them. With that said, quick recap. We can clean up one specific user like this. This is gonna do hammer user registration dash tokens invalidate dash user, and then you can pass the username, or you can play with some filters. And in this case, will be something like this: hammer user registration tokens invalidate multiple. This is the trick, and this is that nice tip that totally deserves your subscription. Dash search, play with your search. Wally, I have no idea what kind of search I can do. No worry, you can go to users page, use the wizard, just click over there. Feel free to play with all those values because the information that you see here will be valid in between those double or single quotes, all right? This is gonna allow you to clean up one specific user, multiple users, or if you don't want to play around at all, you can just use star, and definitely the star is gonna clean up all the JWT tokens for all the users in your satellite. Awesome, man. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, feel free to join us in our Discord channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.